What's happening, YouTube? Back in the Day Gamer here. Thank you very much for tuning into my channel and joining me for another pickup video. That's right, I love my pickups. Everything in this big old messy pile here is what I picked up in the month of February, except of course for the 40 NES games I bought for myself on my 40th birthday. But that is literally another video, which you should go back into my channel and check out. But let's jump into this pile and see what it has to offer us. First thing I have is non-game related. It is this fancy LED color-changing Pac-Man ghost light that the wife bought me for part of my birthday present. I'm not sure if that's gonna mess up the camera or not, so we'll move that to the back. Next up, I got for my Zapper NES controller lamp, which the wife got me a couple Christmases ago, got this kick-ass lampshade. Now, ever since I got this about a year and a half ago, I've been holding out, searching on the computer for a Duck Hunt one, because it's a Zapper, so, you know, Duck Hunt would be very fitting. I never found one that I liked. There was a couple Duck Hunt lampshades, but once I saw this one, had to have it, love it. Coincidentally, the wife actually found a pair of yoga pants that have this exact pattern on it, so I thought that was cool. This year I forgot to show back in December when I got it, but the Pac-Man Family Christmas album, this is a must-have for your holiday retro gaming. And we got the box for the Pac-Man light. Now this here, one of my brother-in-laws got for my game room, and it is a LED rope light that goes behind the big screen here to backlight it and give it color. It's got the neat little remote. Must be 20 different color choices here. You just push whichever color you want it to be and it comes up. I'm looking forward to hooking that up. I'm really liking it so far. He's got one on his TV and it looks really cool with the blue backlight behind it. So now here I picked up 4 aftermarket NES cases. I do not collect in-box games because that's a whole nother animal that I don't want to deal with. I like my games to all be on the shelf in the dust sleeves, not the boxes. But I picked up Final Fantasy because it's one of the best games ever and I actually have the map and manual. So I wanted to have that easily accessible for when I decide to play it. I can just grab it off the shelf. Then I got the Hillsfar, which was the last of the Dungeons & Dragons games that I really wanted, that the wife got me as one of the birthday presents. She also got me the manuals and whatnot, so they reside inside there. Then I did the same thing for Dragon Warrior and Dragon Warrior 3. So when I play those, I just pluck it off the shelf so I can have the manual and map ready, because you know those games are rather lengthy. I picked up a homebrew hack, whatever you want to call it, Castlevania, The Holy Relics. I don't know if you've played this game yet, but I am quite liking it. Just going to skip past it because that's going to be another video all in itself. Next I picked up something I was extra excited about and a touch disappointed. It is a 1-Up Retro Collection 122 in 1 made by 1-Up Retro. Now this has got a ton of great games on it. You know, Little Samson, a lot of heavy hitters, ton of other just good games in itself. But it also has Dragon Warrior 1, 2, 3, and I think 4. And it has Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, which never came out here in America. They obviously are English translated. And I was under the assumption that these games were streamlined so there didn't have to be as much grinding, so you got more experience points and gold for killing enemies, but I have since discovered that is not the case. And much to my dismay, I also discovered that the save is not working on it. So I kind of can't play any of the Dragon Warriors or Final Fantasies unless I plan on a 40-hour session. So I'm going to have to resort to using it in my Retron 5, which doesn't really work that well. Anyhow, moving on. Only picked up one handheld game this month, and that is for Game Boy Color, The Grinch. If you played that game, you feel my pain. Next up, we've got a pile of Super Nintendos. Last Action Hero. I've got Last Action Hero for Sega Genesis. It's not a good game. The Super Nintendo game is better. Arnold Schwarzenegger! Man, they really want you to know he's in this. Except the sprite doesn't look like him at all. But other than the sprite, the graphics are good. The music is crap. The gameplay is mediocre. You know, like I said, the SNES version is definitely better than the Genesis, but that's not saying a whole lot. This is a different kind of puzzle game where you need to move these little fuzzballs to the matching color tile. You know, like I said, I've neither seen or heard of this before, so you probably haven't either, but let me be the one to tell you that this game sucks. Now, this is another game I've neither seen or heard of before, but let me tell you, this game does not suck. Power Pigs of the Dark Ages. This is Back in the Day Gamers' pickup of the month for February. Oddly enough, both Brainies and Power Pigs are Titus titles. Where to start here? Well, let's start with the opening sequence here. Once upon a time, in the darkest part of the Dark Age, there was a peaceful kingdom filled with fat, happy pigs. And the evil wizard of Wolf, who had a dastardly plan to destroy the kingdom, blah blah blah. I'm going to let you read that for yourself, because you're going to want to play this game. You're definitely going to want to pick it up. You know, the graphics are great. The story's great. The soundtrack's great. Gameplay is a lot of fun. Lots of weird things, you know, so I guess they're playing off the three little piggies and the big bad wolf, because the three main characters are little piggies, and there's lots of wolf bad guys. Like, for instance, this cross-dressing transvestite big bad wolf right here. I mean, this is the only thing that could be. But I've had a ton of fun with this game. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because this is going to be, you know, one of my pickup of the month videos, and we're going to get into it a lot more there. So, Power Pigs of the Dark Age, Back in the Day Gamers, pickup of the month for February. If you see this game, pick it up, have at it, it's a ton of fun. Oh, I almost forgot, I picked up one of these fancy smancy carrying cases for my Super Nintendo Mini, or Classic, whatever they're calling it. This thing's great, 20 bucks, fits in here perfectly, up on the shelf. You know, cords, controllers, console, all that jazz, ready to roll. Hey, oh, what? Me and the boys going up north snowboarding? Got the video games covered. That's what happened last weekend, and it was a lot of fun.
Still, we're trying to eliminate all friction.
Spray
You smell so buttery now. It's like popcorn.
Chili needs to be sprayed.
No, I'm...
Hold on, let me grease the track. You gotta push from Marzak. Let me grease the track.
I'm videoing.
Grease the track. Get him. Get him down. Get him down.
I also picked up this here. I have had this in my cart on Amazon for, no kidding, 2 years. It was 200 bucks. I just kept saying, yeah, you know, putting it off. I was gonna buy it the other day because it was my birthday and I was splurging. I went and looked at some other ones, and it was used to be like $225. I found this one for 90 bucks. I don't know how the glare is gonna show in, but it is Conan, the King of Aquilonia, on his throne. So, as you know, here in the Back in the Day Gamer household, things don't belong in boxes. We play with toys. So, I've had this thing for a couple weeks, and I've been dying to rip it open, because Conan is going right over here on my gaming desk. They really didn't want you to get this guy out of the package. But yeah, check this out. It's sweet. It's going right there next to the computer on my desk. Alright, so it's Genesis time. First up is Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool. I actually picked up this case at the Midwest Gaming Classic last year. I was buying so many games I didn't realize it was only the case. Picked it up for like $1 or $2. So I've been scoping out the local stores and I finally picked up the cartridge. And like the other Chester game, Wild Wild Quest, this is a turd. I only played the first level, but the controls are not good. Bad controls make for a bad game. So that's all the play it gets. Also at the end of the level, nothing happened. Not sure what I missed, but I don't care! Next up is a game that I've wanted for a long time. Looked good, heard good things about it, being my birthday month, and I was splurging. Somebody had it on eBay, complete in box for like $30, so I pulled the strings, and that is Toxic Crusaders! Right off the bat, the graphics on this game are good, but the colors are great. Music isn't bad, and the controls are good as well. I like this game a lot. The only problems I have with it are a lot of times everything is happening way too fast. Other time there is serious knockback. Now there are no pits to fall in, but you can get stuck in enemy fire and just in a few seconds go from full health to dead. It has a funny 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles radical type vibe going for it. And if it weren't for Power Pigs of the Dark Ages, Toxic Crusaders on the Sega Genesis would have been my pickup of the month. But it came in second. Last game I picked up for the Genesis this month is Jerry Glanville's Pigskin Footbrawl. I want to start off by saying, I don't know who Jerry Glanville is. This has got to be the sequel to Arch Rivals. This game is much cooler, but with worse or more slippery controls. If they weren't super slippery, this game would be a classic. But since they are, it's not. That doesn't mean this is a bad game, but it could have been great. Aside from being fun and action-packed, it has many adult-themed cutscenes, I guess? For instance, this one here. Cannons, people! And it's got lots of fistfights, murders, blood, and cannons, people! So finally, got this big old stack of original Xbox games. So if you've been following my videos here on my channel, you know once I got my 100th subscriber, I did a giveaway and I asked everybody what console they want me to see next. Xbox was voted in. I obviously have had Xbox since it came out. So since that makes it from back in the day, I allowed that to be in my rotation. That being said, I still have not played any of the games. I'm about to do a collection video and a game room tour, but another one of my brother-in-laws heard about this and he gave me a stack of games that the nephews are too young to play, and it paid off for back in the day gamer. We got Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Tides of War, Dead Man's Hand, Gun, Hitman, Big Mother Truckers 2, Forza Motorsports, probably won't play that one, Ghost Recon 2, Splinter Cell, Outlaw Golf, 9 More Holes of Christmas, Grand Theft Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, without knowing I was getting those games, I actually purchased Outlaw Golf Holiday Golf. So that goes along in there. Then I scored 3 more games out hunting at my local spots. First is a game I'd never heard of, otherwise I would have bought it. Mike Tyson's Heavyweight Boxing. As you know, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, my favorite game of all times. I'm sure that doesn't hold a candle to it, but I am looking forward to playing it. I'm really looking forward to playing this. We've got Tecmo Classic Arcade. It's got a bunch of arcade games on it, obviously, and the one I am looking most forward to play is the arcade version of Tecmo Bowl. I had one of my buddies here a couple months ago. We played us some Tecmo Bowl and had a good time, made a video for that. I'm going to bring him back so we can play that one. And finally, in my search for Xbox games and asking people their recommendations, this one came extremely high on the list. So I dropped 12 bucks on it or so and picked up Voodoo Vince. Once again, I apologize, no game footage on these, but I have yet to plug in the Xbox. I am way backed up on all the videos I want to make, so I didn't want to start another project that I wasn't even going to come close to finishing. But that's everything I picked up in the month of February, except of course for those 40 NES games on my 40th birthday, which you should go back in my posted videos and check that one out, because it was a fun video to make, which consisted of some day drinking and some other toys that I picked up along the way. But that's it. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I hope you enjoyed what I picked up this month. Let me know what you think. Which games of these I should spend some more time on. If you think I'm right or wrong about the Power Pig game, pretty sure I'm right. But, as always, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, keep it retro!